Now, to set up any domain controller, the first requirement is to give some static IP to the machine. So double click on it, go to the properties, go to the IPv version 4, and from here you can enter the IP address, and those network IP details it can be given by your network team. Okay, network team will give you some IP address, you can enter those IP address. But here I am also the network guy, so I know my IP address, so I am entering like 192.168.10 dot, let's make it 150. Gateway will be subnet mask will be 255.255.0 for class C IP, and default gateway it's my router IP that I'm entering 10.2. DNS you have nothing to enter, but if you want you can enter the primary IP. So now our IP configuration has been done, and those IP details you will get from your network team in your organization. Okay, so you have nothing to worry from where you have to get the IP address. Click OK, click OK again, click yes, and close this. So now if I click on the details, so you will find I've entered that IP address 10.50 here. Now to configure any server to a domain controller, what you have to do, go to the manage, click on the add roles and features. We have to add Active Directory role here. So click on add roles and features, maximize this, click on next, and we are going to deploy the role based or feature based installation. Click on next. This is our server detail, the server name and the IP, why it is taking the wrong IP. Okay, so cancel this, refresh the server manager so that it will reflect the correct IP. Again, go to the manage, add roles and features, maximize this, click on next, next. Now IP address is sync up, click on next.
Why it was wrong, taking wrong IP address before? Now it
Because
is taking.
we have changed the IP address now, and we do not refresh the
Mhm.
server manager, right? So it was not
Mhm.
synced up. Now from here you have to select Active Directory and Domain Services. Select this option, click on Add Feature. Why? Because we are going to deploy Active Directory role in this machine. Click on Next. Nothing required from this feature window. Click on Next. Click on Next again. And check this box. If any restart is required, it will automatically reboot the server. Click Yes. And click on Install. So what it will do, it will install the Active Directory role. It will take a while. So you joined with laptop or cell phone?
Laptop.
Okay. Okay, so our installation is done. Click on close. So now what we actually did, we just installed one role which is known as Active Directory users and computers, right? So now to promote this server as a domain controller, just click on the yellow flag, and here you are getting one option, promote this server to a domain controller. Click on that, and now it is asking like what do you want to do? So we have to create a new forest, that is domain. And here you can type domain name like anything.com, means let's suppose we can type xyz.com, or you can type your name as well. Okay, so that will be your domain. Okay, click on
Mm-hmm.
next. So this is how we create the domain like google.com, facebook.com, whatever.com, right? Now it is asking to set some password for disaster recovery mode. Okay, so DSRM, disaster service restore mode, means if your server went down due to any XYZ reason or any hardware failure, in that case you will be able to restore your database. So I am entering some password for it, and later on if you want to migrate this server to another one, you can use that password to restore your Active Directory and user accounts. Give me a minute. Hello. Yeah, hi, can you hear me? Hello, Sushma, can you hear me?
Ah, yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, simply click on next. We do not want any DNS delegation, nothing to do here. Click on next. Now it will automatically detect the name what you have given, like xyz.com or whatever.com. Okay, so you will get your domain name here, xyz
Mm.
in our case. Click on next. Now in Windows Server, these are the database where database logs files are stored. Okay, so it will be stored in C Windows NTDS folder and C Windows SYS volume folder. Okay, so and that is very very important for our interview perspective as well. Someone may ask you where the
Mm.
database is stored by default. So our default path is C Windows NTDS. Okay. Otherwise, if you want to change this path, you can do it. You can move that database to any folder like C drive, E drive, or any other drive. Okay, but we
Mm.
will go with the default options. Click on next. Now here is the summary what we have selected. Simply click on next.
Mm.
And now it will check the prerequisites like server is having enough resources or not, or anything related to firewall or whatever it is. Then it will configure your machine. So okay, so I think are all prerequisites checked passed successfully. Simply click on install.
You will share the recorded class, right?
Which one?
Recorded class.
I have not
Yes,
shared so
yes.
far. I have not shared. I will
Mm.
share it.
Yes.
First, I
Mm.
have to review it now, so I didn't got that much time to review the video,
Mm.
because I have to skip the personal discussion before uploading it to YouTube or any other platform actually.
Mm.
So I will edit it. Today I will try to do it. In some time, it will automatically log you off. You can see you are about to sign off.
Mm.
It will automatically sign off, and your domain controller will be ready. So next, what we will learn how to create user accounts and password. Means if you have got new joinee in your organization, right? So those kind of how you can like create the user account for the new joiner. Okay, and if someone is uh, leaving your company, in that case you also have to disable his user account, right, on his last working day, right?
Yeah.
So those kind of operation I will perform, but right now here is one trouble here, like I'm running on my UPS actually. Electricity gone actually, so let's see. If it can create that, and it will give backup for at least 15 to 20 minutes for sure. So basically now it is migrating your local server to a domain controller. Okay, so our server is now promoted to a domain controller. So if I log in here now, you will see, like, let me log in here. So this is my server manager. Let's wait for this. Go to the local server, and here he can see our domain is xyz.com. Okay, so now for an example, like I have got one new like joiner in my company, and my company name is xyz.com. Okay, so I have to create new user account for newcomer. Okay, so what I will do, I will go to the tools. I will go to the Active Directory users and computers, and from here I can expand my domain. I can go to the users. Okay, and here I can create, let's suppose like let's create one folder here. So to create any folder, you can right click on domain, go to the new, and here it is known as organizational unit. Okay, so we are going to create one. Click on this, and here you can name it like if you are having multiple offices right over the globe, so you can mention
Mm.
like India user. Okay, and what you can do, all the Indian users you can move into that particular folder. Means now I have to create one user here, right? So what I can do, I can click on new, and I can click on user, and here I can name that user like Mahesh, last name will be Singh, and some logon name like you can put any logon name. Okay, so that will be my email ID in my organization, ms185426@xyz.com. It is same like the email addresses you guys are using in your organization for Outlook or Teams, right?
Yeah.
So click on next. Now it is asking to enter some password for this user. So I'm entering one password. There's some random password I'm entering, and I can check this box like user must change the password at next logon. Okay, so after that, what will happen? You will share some temporary password for the new user, and once user log in for first time now, it will prompt user to change the password immediately. Okay, but right now I'm not going to do this. I'm click checking on password never expire. Now coming to the roles for this user, right? So for an example, this is a technical user, right? Go to the properties, and now I have to decide the access to this user. Okay, so click on the member of. Right now this is a domain user, but I want this user to be administrator. So what I can do, in the membership, I can click on add, and I can click on advanced, find now, and you will get some default roles here. So I can select administrator. So now this user will be my domain administrator. Click apply, click OK. So now if I want to test this user, what I can do, I can simply sign off from my server, or I can sign into any of the machine which is connected to my domain. Okay. Simply log in here, go to the other user and type the username that we just created. You can see the user
Yeah.
account I created, Mahesh Singh. Now this server is logged in with my user account, right? So things are actually very, very simple, not that much complicated. So that is the only reason why I'm taking very, very small sessions for you guys to avoid any, confusion. So now, if you again go to the tools, go to the Active Directory, expand this, go to the India user. In India user, we are having this user. Okay. So for an example, if user is complaining like he is unable to log in, okay, or user is getting some error like password is invalid or expired or whatever it is, right? So in that case, what you can do, you can simply search for the user. Where is the user located, in which OU? Okay. Simply right click on user, and here you will get one option to reset password. Okay. So you can click on this and you can change the password for the user. Okay. And you can give the temporary password to that user. Apart from that, if that user is leaving your organization, right? So simply right click and click on disable account. Okay. So once you click on the disable account, now user account will be disabled. Okay. And if you want to delete the user account, so initially what we will do, for at least 90 days, we will disable the account. Okay. And after 90 days, we can delete the user account when we have to perform the cleanup. Okay. Because in production, we will get thousands of user accounts. Okay.
Okay. Suppose if interviewer will ask, right, if a password is lock, password is lock, what we have to answer?
Simple. Go to the
Locked.
active, go to the Active
Uh,
Directory, right click on
mhm,
locate the user, right click on user.
mhm,
Okay.
mhm,
And from here, go to the properties. Okay. And
mhm,
here, go to the account, and here you are getting one option, unlock
mhm,
account. Okay.
mhm.
Click apply, click OK, and user account will get unlocked. Okay. If it is locked. So what are the scenarios for user account locking? Like a user may try multiple, wrong password attempt, right?
Yes. Mhm.
So that is the only scenario. So yeah, that's it for today. And tomorrow onwards, we will go with the Citrix profile. Okay. These are few basics. And
Mhm.
as I told you, I'm running on my UPS, so I do not want sudden interruption in that call. Okay. Because it will
Mhm.
take some time to convert the recordings as well. Okay.
Okay.
So we will connect same time tomorrow. Okay, is it fine? And
Correct.
also,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and also there is a one more class in the evening. If you are able to manage some time, you can join that class as well.
No, it's not possible.
Evening 7:30 or 8:30.
No, 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 I can't. And one more thing, you said the class will be like, 1.5 hour.
Hmm.
Then 8 class it will cover because yesterday also half an hour means.
Look, right now we are not into a Citrix. Okay, we
Mm.
are into like one step behind the Citrix. We are covering the basics. Okay, so this
Mm-hmm.
fundamental should be strong. So that is the only reason why I'm taking only half an hour classes. Okay, and these two classes
Okay.
are for half an hour only. From tomorrow onwards, it will be 1.5 hours only. Okay.
Okay, okay, no
Okay,
issues.
because
And
in
class.
TechMTech now that installation it will take time. Okay, so that is the reason why it is time consuming. Okay.
And 10:30 only you start because no, after that I'll be having some, I need to finish my work, no cooking and all will be there. Then I
Okay.
need to
Okay.
log in.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I will be there. Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
And no, you don't send in invite to the WhatsApp. Send better you send it to the mail only. All the this one notes, everything. Please send it to me email only.
Sure. Sure. I will do it. Yeah. Thank you.
Mhm.